Hello friends, welcome back. Today we will be discussing the Pokemon Adventures manga shipping. For all of you techie people, you may have noticed that my microphone is lower quality. That is because this is my own microphone. This is not JJ Rix's very nice fancy microphone. It is my own microphone and I love it. Also, this video is unscripted. I have bullet points, and so it will be a lot different than my previous video, which was entirely scripted. So this video is basically just a big old adventure for me. Anyways, I'm back, and today we're talking about Pokemon Adventures shipping. The Pokemon Adventures fandom is already pretty small, and the shipping within the fandom is even smaller. I haven't seen a video like this at all, really, except for the ample amount of AMVs that can gladly be found around YouTube, that I totally never binged as a child, I promise. Anyways, there's a lot of ships in the Pokemon Adventures fandom, and I will be covering the most popular. Today's video is specifically about the Generation 1 ships, and then I'll make other videos based off of the other generations. I do recognize that there are ships that go cross generations, so I'll probably do that in an additional video, and we'll see how far I go with this series. Anyways, so similar to every other Pokemon ship, the name for the ship is something that explains the relationship plus the word shipping. So you can take a shot of water, hopefully, or pop a candy every time I say the word shipping in this video. Another fun game you can do is take a shot of water or pop a candy anytime I specify which green or blue I'm talking about. I will be giving you the name of the ship, the origin of such a name, the fandom's general thoughts on the ship, and then my own personal thoughts. Generation 1 has 4 characters, and it has 6 main ships. So the very first ship is special shipping. It is between Red and Yellow. It is probably the biggest ship in the fandom, maybe tied with Frantic shipping, and it features 2 of the biggest characters. Yellow is a huge fan favorite, and Red is the very first protagonist, and so I think it deserves the title of special shipping. You know, Pokemon Adventures is also known as Pokemon Special. The fandom calls it Pokéspe. I'll probably call it Pokéspe multiple times in the video. I think it does deserve the title of special shipping. It's basically considered canon within the fandom. At the end of the Yellow arc, you see the red string of fate. It's not red because it's in black and white. However, it's pretty much the red string of fate. And then at the end of the Fire Red and Leaf Green arc, Red and Yellow, they get turned into a statue and Red is holding Yellow in his arms. I would consider that pretty much canon. And this ship is actually my personal favorite, so we're starting off with my favorite. Yes, I know I am basic. I accept that I am basic. You're most likely basic too. You probably ship this as well. I just can't help projecting onto Yellow, alright? The next ship is Old Rival shipping. It is between blue and green. I don't necessarily need to specify which one is which, because it is the guy and the girl whose names get mixed up as blue and green. However, I do consider blue to be the girl and green to be the guy. So if I forget to specify, that's usually who I mean. It's called Old Rival shipping because they are old rivals. The relationship between the two of them are very grumpy ex-Sunshine, as opposed to Red and Yellow, where they're both just kind of oblivious little sunshine beams. They're very sweet, very cute, very fluff. These two are very much a bickering old married couple. You could say Cop ex-Criminal is another one. However, there is the Blake ex-Whitley ship that I think fits the bill more with that. But before that, this was the original tough guy versus Catwoman-esque character. There is not a huge, but the fandom's so small that this is relatively huge controversy considering the ship. In the Fire Red and Leaf Green arc, there's a part where green and blue have a scene together, and in a fan translation into English, I believe it's green. I believe it's the guy who tells the girl that, oh, you're the MVP to me. You've always been the MVP in my eyes. Something like that. which I don't know Japanese, so I can't tell if that is accurate to what was said in the original. However, in the official translations, that hasn't been said. And so there's some people who think that it's been confirmed as a canon ship. Other people will point to the English translations and say, no, it's not an official ship. I like it. I think it's grown on me over time. It's not necessarily my style of a ship. However, I do think it is very cute. I think they have a lot of funny bickering with each other. So those are the first two. I would say those are the most popular within this generation. The next two I'm going to talk about are middle popular, and then the last two will probably be the least popular. The third ship is called Original Shipping. It is between red and green. It's between the two guys of the gen. They're the first two dex holders. They're the only dex holders in the very first book, so hence the name Original Shipping. They're like the original guys. It wasn't that popular in the beginning of the series. However, it is becoming more famous now, more popular, and that's just because a ship between two guys wasn't as popular as it is now. While I am pretty glad to see a ship like this receive more attention, it's awesome. I actually don't ship these two. I think that they're much better to become rivals to friends, especially considering the previous two ships that I mentioned. I feel like those ships work better than these two together. Next up is the opposite of Original Shipping. It's called Jade Shipping. It's between Blue, the girl, and Yellow. The colors blue and yellow together make green. However, green is already the name of a character, so you can't call it green shipping. So they probably just came out with the gem Jade to be a good name for the title. You could theoretically call the girl green and it would still work. However, I don't know. Looking at Jade's, I would say that the blue fits better, but I'm just being a little pedantic about that. I've just personally called her Blue for a while. It's very similar to Original Shipping, where it wasn't as popular as it is now. It was basically on the level of a crack ship at the time because they hadn't interacted nearly as much as other characters had. However, now I will say it's more of a rare pair, so it's slightly more popular, but still uncommon. And I actually like this more than Original Shipping. It's kind of like a mentor-student style. You know, Blue kind of brings Yellow out of her shell. I think it's very cute. I really like it. Lucky Shipping is between Red and Blue, the girl. I don't know exactly why it's called Lucky Shipping. I guess because they have like a lucky first encounter. Blue's kind of a swindler. She kind of tricks Red a couple of times. It's very similar in the fandom to Harry and Hermione. It's not canon, but it is still somewhat appreciated. I think it's kind of funny and cute. I really like Blue as a character, but I don't really think that her and Red are good for each other. I think she might trick him a couple too many times because he's kind of oblivious. The last ship of Generation 1 is Feeling Shipping. It is between Green the guy and Yellow, and it's called Feeling Shipping because at the end of the Yellow arc, it said something like Green had a feeling while you were training with him that you were a girl, which is definitely kind of weird. Not a big fan of that name. However, I kind of think it's cute. It's not super popular within the fandom, but it is somewhat similar to Jade Shipping, where it's Yellow plus one of her mentors. It's probably my least favorite of the generation. I definitely prefer them to be an older brother, younger sister type, and that name just doesn't sit well with me. It's weird. Anyways, to wrap up the first generation, my personal favorite is Special Shipping. I think they're adorable. I've read many fics. I've seen many pieces of fan art. It is high quality. Let me find my all-time favorite AMV of the two. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, okay. My favorite AMV for Special Shipping is Star Red X Yellow Moments, and then in parentheses, special shipping, and then another star. It has 84,000 views, and it is by Shay Nikita. It came out 10 years ago, and I really love it. I love how the first comment of the video says, in the beginning I was fangirling, then near the middle I almost cried, and that I was just smiling. Then the last picture made me want to cry. I laugh because that is exactly how I was when I was a child. Okay, let's go on to the next generation. Thank you guys so much for watching, even though I did get a little distracted at the end. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a big ol' thumbs up, and feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And comment down below which Generation 1 ship is your favorite. Is there any ship that I should mention in other generations? Please be sure to let me know, and have a lovely day.